Hi, in this video we're just going to look at the effect of changing the value of a in sine nx and then the value of n, what happens. Now the value of a, if you change it, so the moment it's set for a is equal to 2, and this GeoGebra app I will put in the notes of the video, you can see that the amplitude of the original sine graph is 2, because if you look at the sine in its original position where it's 1, it's that, so the amplitude would just, putting a number in front, will just be a vertical stretch or stretch parallel to the y-axis. So it fits into the idea of transformations of functions. Well, if it's negative, it'll just go down the other way. So we'll just leave it at 2 at the moment. Now the interesting one is n. So at the moment, this is just a sine 1x or 2 sine x in this case. So you can see that the cycle is going to be 2 pi. Now, if we change this to being something nice, easy number, change it to being 2, then what you can see is that the period now of this graph is actually now just pi. Now, the normal period of sine is actually 2 pi, so we're working in radians here. So 2 pi divided by 2 will give 1 pi. So what to do to find the period of a sine graph is to take the value of 2 pi, which is the original cycle if n is 1, and divide it by the value of n. Okay, so that means there will now be 2 cycles in 2 pi radians. If we change it to something a bit more interesting, like this one, okay, so the period will now become 2 pi divided by 3 over 2, which is 4/3 of pi. So you can see now the graph will repeat itself after 4/3 pi, and then in 2 pi radians you'll get 1.5 or 3 over 2 cycles in 2 pi radians. So this is how this app works. And then you can also toggle here and do the same for cos, which has exactly the same properties, a being the amplitude and the n being the number of cycles in 2 pi radians. If you want to find the period, you just have to do 2 pi divided by n. Okay, so I hope this has been a video to show you how to look at the amplitude and the period of a sine graph. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching, and maybe you can consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.